Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Now, starting here on 1 hour time frame and looking at this structure here. Again, as I have not covered ETH for some time, let's go through the options again. Overall, what we had was that we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 as a bullish option, having this as a wave 1 or wave A. At the moment, for me, I feel like it is more probable that this is a wave A if we want to be labeling this as a 5-way structure. But of course, it can be wave 1, and at that point again, both these scenarios can't break the lows that we currently have here. If we do, then we're going to be looking into that more bearish scenario. Now, overall, we have retraced right into the golden pocket here. So if we are breaking out or breaking through these current lows that we have here, at that point again, we are turning more bearish. Now, the bearish scenario overall is that we have this as an A, B and C into W, 3 waves into X, and then another A, B, C here into wave Y. At this point again, this could be a connector of something larger, and then just continuing the dump from the upside to more downside, taking out these lows, or we would be creating a larger correction, something like that. Possibly taking out the lows. We don't need to be taking out the lows. We could be creating a larger WXY like so as well. But yeah, that is the bearish count. Now, for the more local structures from the 2K highs onwards, we have been looking at this structure here. The main idea was that we had an ABC correcting this potential 5-wave move on these from the lows that we had around the $880, and now correcting that here with that potential ABC. Now, we have been just moving very sideways for quite some time, so we might need to be rethinking this, how and what kind of structure we are going to be getting. Now, why I don't like the idea of this being a wave 1, 2 and 3 is simply because, again, the extensions here. We have not even reached the 1-to-1 extension of this wave 1 for that wave 3, so that is not very typical. Typically, we want to be seeing the 1.618 for that third wave. Sure, we can be saying that wave 1 is already extended, and that's why the wave 3 is small, and that is somewhat okay of an explanation. Now, if we want to be labeling this as a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4 with a potential triangle in here, I feel like we need to be moving this fifth over to these lows, and then we would have a running triangle here with an ABC into A, B, C, D, E. D can be at these lows or these lows, does not really matter to me. It is looking okay, this triangle. However, we don't really have that contracting look here on higher time frame, so that is one reason I did not really like it, and I haven't really been covering ETH at all for quite some time. It hasn't really offered too many possibilities for trade either, and as I am looking for trades with Elliott Wave, I just don't see value here too much. Sure, there are some possibilities. For example, if we were to create some kind of structures like in here, where we had this move upwards, whether it's a 3-wave or 5-wave does not really matter at this point. But if we are looking at the extension targets, we would be just seeing that, okay, we are very far off of that 1-to-1 extension, and we just hit the 0.6 from it. That is again the minimum extension we want to be seeing. But again, I would be only looking for trades around here at the 1-to-1, as that offers way more and way better risk reward ratios than anything else. Here we could be saying, okay, that is definitely a 3-way structure, but is that going to be enough? Is this going to be another pullback and then another 3-way structure to bring us to the 1-to-1, or no? You see the issues that we have here. If we are just trying to short around the 0.618, there is so much more potential to go up without invalidating the idea that this is indeed a 3-way structure like so. But yeah, I'm going off the record here. So yeah, where were we? Yeah, a possible wave 4 here as well with a triangle. This substructure here, we would be getting a bit weird looking. This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, not that. 1, 2, 1, 2. this third would have to be moving over here, and wave 4 here, and then 5. So this third here of micro could be launched into here, and these would be just pushed over to the left to make room for this running triangle here. But again, I just don't see really good 5 waves of these highs either. Is very not that even not that good as Bitcoin on lower time frames. So I'm not going to go into too detail into it. If it gives us some kind of divergence off of the lows, creating this, and then potential golden pocket play or the 0.5, and then I might be looking into shorting this as a potential wave 1 to lower. But before that, I'm not really interested on ETH at the moment. Now, what is my main count here? Is most likely this one. Instead of 5 waves, we would be looking for some kind of ABC or a 3-way structure. This definitely feels like it is 5 waves. So that's why I'm thinking that this has to be 5 waves as well if we want to be fitting this structure in here. So ABC. C wave is not that large here, and we need to be seeing that as well here. It is right around the 0.618, which is again the minimum we want to see. It just here out of the target, but overall it's just fine. Then we would have some kind of 3 waves into X, and then again ABC into W, 3 waves into X, and another ABC into wave Y. This would fit better if we want to have that X wave as a triangle here, where we would have that same running triangle that I mentioned before. Why do I like this is, again, the comparison between the X wave here to this X wave is very proportionate. Let's see, we can compare them just by looking at the extension on time. Depending on where you want to be placing this, we are just beyond the 1-to-1 extension on time here. If we want to be saying that we had a WXY here ending at these here, these lows here, I would think that this structure would be more bullish to create something like this, to create a potential connector wave to connect this first leg over to the next as well. And that is of course another possibility. That's why I have this labeled as a WXY as well, ending at these lows. But at the moment I do feel like it looks pretty okay having these two as very comparable sizes for this count to be true. Again, I don't really want to be using the WXY sets, but again, just because it looks better like this at the moment, I'm just using it. What else? Well, I would be looking for Z wave, so a 3-way structure. If this indeed turns into a 5-way structure, we know that, okay, that is not the end. So we would be looking for that pullback again, and looking for that same play that I just mentioned to create that 3-way structure. Now, overall, we would be looking at all the way these targets here and comparing this potential Z wave against the wave W here. And we have some targets here around $1,000 and 798, also sorry, 769. Yeah, that is just potential areas to look for if this counts is going to be more valid. But yeah, I would just track this more local structure as well to get some kind of confidence around these higher time frames, because again, these higher time frames are not the only things that you should be following. But yeah, I feel like that is pretty much all I wanted to share at this very moment on ETH. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.